we should be live. Hello, fellow pirates. Today we're on our OPLA Banquet again, 1 year later, with Season 2 material, so we're officially in Season 2 territory. I have some new guests, some returning ones, so yeah, I just let me just check out if the stream works and then the sound is so no still. Why do I get ads on my own streams? That is ridiculous. Let me just. Okay. Okay. Sounds perfect. Sounds perfect to me. Okay. Okay. So hello everybody. How are you doing? You can come on.
Good.
Doing fantastic.
We're back.
Woo.
Season 2 territory. That would be great. So to begin with, we start with the information from the beginning and start with introductions, and then we get into how we handle spoilers and stuff, just to get everybody on the same page. I mean, after 1 year, we at least can do that. So let's start with the introduction. I would say, Noah, do you want to start?
Yeah, I can start. Hi, everybody. I'm Noah from the channel Pork Chops, Rice, and Peaches. On that channel, it is run by myself and my dad. We talk about movies, TV, books, video games, and currently we are going through my dad's One Piece journey as he reads the manga. As a matter of fact, the video on the Enies Lobby arc drops tomorrow for anyone who is past that point. So if you want something to watch tomorrow, that'll be going up. And it's always a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to talk to everyone. Thanks for having me, Des.
Yeah, great to have you. And I really feel like it's a bonding experiment for you two. I really love to see your streams and the videos with your dad. And since I even met your dad, it's even more investing to see the videos. It's so lovely to see him turning fully into One Piece fan.
He absolutely loved that. He has stated multiple times that was the highlight of his trip. Was meeting you.
I'm melting right
I think he even, if I remember correctly, I think he even says that in the video we're putting out tomorrow.
And it was kind of difficult as well, but your dad really had his head far into the manga. At the time we met, he just finished Is Blue, I guess, but he still was so up to every detail about it. So it was even more stuff that you even talked about in the video that he was so fond of and knew every detail, and it was so cool to talk about these little details as well. So yeah, he's a big One Piece fan now, I guess, a very involved one and a very very detail driven one as well. Okay, so I didn't want to drag on, but Haley, welcome to the stream.
Thank you. It's been a long time. So
Yeah.
my name's Haley, but I run the channel The Fictional Scholar. I have been doing One Piece reviews. I started my One Piece journey just a couple years ago. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it has. I was kind of MIA this last year on YouTube just because of the job that I had. I was teaching, so it doesn't really give you a lot of time to just carouse over on YouTube, at any given chance. So I feel like I'm rising from the depths of YouTube grave to come alive again. So I really appreciate being able to come here.
Yeah, it's great. And just for everybody, what do you do on your channel?
I do One Piece reviews. I review the different arcs as I have made my way through it, and now that I'm caught up, I typically do like reviews as I go along the story of One Piece, and I've also done like other manga, other anime, and also literature as well.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. Heading out to our new one. Steve, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Stephen. I go by either name. I'm kind of new to content creation in general. I think I've started posting at the start of this year. One Piece I'm very new to. I think I've watched the first season of the live action, none of the anime, and 3 volumes into the manga. But the reason well, not the only reason I said yes to being on here, but I think, and you're going to come to it in a second, with the manga going on for so long, it's really hard to look up stuff or have conversations with people without getting spoilers into this,
Yeah.
especially something that's as long as it is. So when you reached out to me, and I was like, I can talk about this thing that I'm really into at the moment, but I don't have to worry about finding spoilers. That was a really big pull for me. But yeah, anything I've looked into about One Piece, it seems to be a franchise that just nails everything. Like everything is so high quality, or every output from One Piece, like the trading card game and stuff, it just seems to outshine anything else. So yeah, very
Yeah.
new into my One Piece journey, but very much loving it.
That's a cool summary. And yeah, the pillars got even bigger now. They were a bit shaky, and we still don't have the perfect One Piece video game, but yeah, the pillars are piling up, I guess. And yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we talk about spoilers later. But Arturo, thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me again. I'm Arturo. I'm a character designer, illustrator working in games, and don't really have a YouTube channel. I'm just a big One Piece fan, and I like posting my art on Instagram. I just recently got to participate in a fan collab. We made a. I like to think of it as like trading card kind of style illustrations of One Piece characters. Throughout the years, there's a whole volume of that art from like the first from the beginning of One Piece to I want to say it was oh man, I can't remember how far it goes, but volume 2 is what I worked on, and volume 2 is like from
Cool.
I think it's from Whole Cake to Punk Hazard, or not Punk Hazard, Egghead, I think. So more up to date stuff, but yeah, you can find my art on my Instagram there. I think the link tree is posted. And I participated in the banquet last year, and I had a really awesome time. That was my first time ever joining here, and it was a lot of fun. So happy to be back. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me again.
thank you. And also, thank you again. He did great art as well as Chibi for the upcoming interviews that I still didn't release. But yeah, you hadn't
Oh, yeah.
had the credit for that yet. So yeah, but it will be released this year, I hope, if everything works out. So yeah, your art is great, by the way. So let's
Oh,
head
thanks so much.
right into the next artist, I guess. Chibi.
Hey, thanks for having me again. I'm Dr. GV or Doc or GB, whatever you want to call me. I'm a manga and webtoon artist. I make One Piece thumbnails for a French YouTuber. And I also kind of have a YouTube channel. I really just post whatever I have like something to post. But I've made a couple of videos on the live action. Um, and there was like a trailer reaction I did with my mom back in the day that kind of blew up, and that made me want to post some stuff about the OPLA. And we're planning on doing something big when the release is going to be out, when season 2 is going to be out. We want to do like a full reaction this time because we were kind of separate when it actually came out, season 1. So we weren't able to film a reaction together. But we really want to do so for season 2 and like invite a bunch of friends and make like a really cool event and reunion out of it. So yeah, I'm just so excited to be back with those streams. And yeah.
Yeah, cool. And yeah, your reactions with your mom were really cool, and I want to see more of it. So that's awesome. Do you plan to do the event again, like you planned last year, for the first season? When we are on the
Uh,
topic right now,
what events?
like it was a stream. You wanted to stream the live action on a boat, but it turned out to be just pirate themed, I guess. But it was essentially about One Piece.
Right. So I don't know where we're going to be filming the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's probably not going to be a stream. I feel like I would rather
Ah,
have like an edited video.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, we're not sure exactly where we're going to be filming, but we want to do like a themed, really like a themed party
cool,
and have
cool.
like an actual banquet, food and decorations and stuff like that. So yeah,
Awesome.
cosplays, obviously.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, So to begin with everything, we handle how we handle spoilers here. So obviously we have people here that are not as far into One Piece as others, and this will be current throughout the whole One Piece fandom nowadays because of the live action. There are still people still in the East Blue, and didn't even left the East Blue yet. So to handle spoilers better, we just avoid the big free spoilers that are past Wano and stuff, and just try to talk around everything. So references to character names and character looks are totally fine, but try to avoid spoilers. And if a spoiler slips, then it slips. But just try to think of what would not spoil our season one watcher essentially. But right now we can all agree that we are up to we are after Arlong Park. So everything that's in the live action we can talk about right now without any spoilers, because if you've seen this, I hope you saw the One Piece season one of the live action on Netflix, and if not, watch it right now. Okay. And a big topic that we have in the beginning, because it's so hard to not run into this problem nowadays with the recent casting and stuff. We don't tolerance any racism. So if anybody have very opinions in that matter, we won't tolerate any of that. So just to make things clear here. And to go into a more positive topic, because we have one new one at least, maybe we just reiterate, how did you start One Piece at all? Because that's always a funny topic to hear from other people. So let's start with GB.
So how I got into One Piece. So
Yes.
my younger brother, my little brother, he was always pretty much reading One Piece. But as a kid, he was just reading the volumes, like not in actual order. He would just pick up a random volume
Mm-hmm.
of One Piece or Naruto and read it. Um, but as I grew older and I was like a teenager around 13, 14, I actually started getting into anime and manga myself. And after watching a couple of my first shows and whatnot, I actually wanted to give One Piece a chance, especially because it was so important for my brother. And
Hmm.
so I borrowed his volumes of manga. I read the manga. And to be honest, first time reading it, I just wasn't really about it all that much. I think it was just really, really different from like anything else that I had watched in terms of like pacing and the way it went about world building and whatnot. And I feel like maybe it was not the right time for me to actually go through it. And so I went actually pretty far. I went to Dressrosa, but then I dropped the manga for like a whole year. Um, and I was like, no, I think that's just not for me. But then something really important happened in the manga during Wano.
Yeah.
That has something that has to do with a Luffy gear, something I don't know, something about sun, I don't know. But that happened. My brother obviously spoiled me. I was already spoiled about a bunch of things. So he told me that was going on. He showed me the page in question, and I was like, this is probably the best thing I've ever seen in my life. So like, I need to pick up the manga again. Um, and that's how I was able to I managed to finish Dressrosa, and then I was like Whole Cake and Wano just fully kind of sold me, and I think what really made me a fan was starting to get into the community, watching content, and then after that watching the anime for the first time, and I watched it with my mom, and I think that just this series of events just made me appreciate the series like so much, and now it's
Yeah.
like an entirely like it's just a part of my life now.
Yeah.
One Piece is just a part of my life, and it's awesome. I love it so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Going from that very new experience, and I love that you essentially said that uh, Luffy grabbed out of the manga and grabbed you with this in this
Literally,
case. Yeah, that's
like yeah,
literally
he was
what he
like,
did.
you're going to be part of the team, so you have no choice.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Okay, let's hear about Steve.
So I've read Western comics for absolute years, but I don't have any friends that are really into the same sort of things as I am. And this is in a time when maybe the internet wasn't quite as sort of big as it is today. So that kind of corner of the comic shop where all the manga books were on the shelves always felt a little bit weird and scary, and I couldn't understand how there was this one story that had like so many ridiculous amount of volumes. So I just kind of ignored it for quite a long time, and then it was probably this time last year. Two things happened at once. One, I was at a gaming group that I go to on a Wednesday evening, and the guy that ran it said, "Oh, there's a One Piece live action on Netflix. You should watch it." And I had no idea what it was. I just was like, okay. And then at the same time, I was at a trading card show, looking for Pokemon cards, and I was walking around the hall, and I kept seeing these cards. I was like, these cards look way cooler than Pokemon cards. What are these cards that just look incredible? So the two things kind of came together at the same time, and then when I looked up One Piece and I saw the anime and the manga drawing of Luffy and stuff, I kind of realized that it was in the back of my head, and I had seen it, but I knew absolutely nothing about it. So yeah, the past, I think I watched the live action and played the card game, and then maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, I was in a bookshop in England, and I saw the volume 1. And I stood at the shelf for probably about 10 minutes debating whether I wanted to read something that was 109. What are we on now? 109 volumes, 110 volumes long. And I thought, oh, screw it. I'll make the plunge, and bought the first volume. So
Nice.
yeah, very, very new to the whole, not just One Piece, the manga world, but been in the comic book world for quite a while.
And we have a special occasion as well, because you're essentially a One Piece first timer, and we have a One Piece first timer here as well who go through all of this that you are starting right now. Haley, what do you say? Was it worth it?
Oh, it's totally worth it. 100%.
So she documented
I think
it
it was-
as well, and yeah, nice.
I think it was you that said it, Des, to me on TikTok, but said when you're starting, it will feel too long, and when you're finishing, it will feel too short.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. 100%.
Awesome, nice. Okay, Haley, do you want to say how you turned into One Piece from comments again? I guess not.
Yes. So I've always watched anime and I've known about manga like pretty much my whole life. I grew up, with the Adult Swim on TV watching like Dragon Ball Z and Bleach, but for some reason One Piece never made my radar when I was younger. I don't know why. But I'd always heard of One Piece, but I never watched it and I never gave it a chance because especially the more I grew older, I was like, yeah, y'all see how long this is? There's no way I'm watching this. There's no way I'm reading something that's this long. There's just no chance. And then finally it got to the point where I was like, okay, I've avoided it long enough. And I was on TikTok and things kept popping up on my TikTok feed about One Piece. And I knew nothing about it other than, Luffy and his straw hat. That's literally all I knew about it. And I was just like, okay, fine. I'll start it. So I made a silly little video on TikTok saying, oh, I'm going to start my One Piece journey. And it like blew up and everybody was like, oh my gosh, you're going to love it. It's going to be so exciting. Tell us how you want, like, see what your journey does. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never been this welcomed into a fandom in my entire life. What is this? And
Yeah.
from there, it was just after the first few arcs, I was hooked on the characters and the story because I'm big on storytelling and on characters and character development. And One Piece just continually nailed it on the head, like did it so well that as someone who thoroughly enjoys storytelling and characters, I was like, I can't ever give this up because Oda did it so well.
Nice.
And here I am, 1100 something chapters in and still hooked and still reading.
It's so crazy, and it's really nice to see first timers because you can only experience One Piece the first time once, and after that you're just looking for the kick again and look for people that are seeing it for the first time again. It's so crazy to see that, and
Yes.
yeah, and people like you always amaze me. Like to document the whole process is one thing because when my brother read the whole story no, was it this year? Last year. He watched the live action. He saw the live action trailers. Watched the anime with me back in the days when we were kids, but didn't catch up to One Piece and said, okay, now let's read the manga to catch up and stuff. And he couldn't stop. He couldn't stop at all to make anything about talking about it and stuff. We tried to do it, but every time we talked to each other, he was chapters ahead and ahead and ahead, and we couldn't just make a video about it. So the video never appeared, but it's so crazy to document the whole
It
thing.
was so hard trying to, yeah, it's so hard trying to pace yourself when you're trying to make updates about your journey through it because part of it was like, I just want to like go through this and just read and read and read or watch and watch. And then you have sometimes you're like, I can't possibly watch another episode because my tear ducts can't take it. So then trying to make a video after that, it's like I have a red splotchy face from crying, and I'm supposed to be updating y'all about my progress through the story. Okay,
But it's the stuff we want to see.
I know.
Oh man, that's cool. Okay. Oh, thank you. Arturo, how did you start?
The year was 2004, and a lot of us over here in the West, I think, grew up with the Four Kids dub of One Piece. back when Sanji wasn't a smoker and he was rocking lollipops. That was my my introduction, and I liked it. And I think around that same time, I think my cousin had a Shonen Jump book, and I was reading some One Piece chapters in that as well. So, and then jump forward in time to like 2017. That's when I finally started to sit down and actually watch the Funimation dub. And then I was hooked, especially from Arlong Park on. That was like the moment that I like really started to pay attention. And then I would kind of jump around, but it wasn't until like 2020 that I really sat down again and just caught up with the anime. And then around that time, I think when I caught up to where the anime was, I started reading the manga, and now I'm caught up to both the anime and the manga, and just that whole chunk of time, there was a lot going on in my family, health wise. I was living at home taking care of my mom, and so One Piece really got me through that time, and was a really fun but also therapeutic, and I don't know, just a very like helpful support outlet of entertainment during that time. And I was also around that time getting into Dungeons and Dragons, and I started to just kind of like really relate to a lot of that with One Piece. Like, oh, this is just a massive Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and it's so awesome. And it's just so cool. Like that, the notorious thing with this series is that it's really long, and I know that's very intimidating to people. But like when I would sit down and watch it, there would be like little moments, and I'd be like, oh my god, I just want to show this to my friend. I know he would love it. Like, I want to be able to just get them caught up so that they can enjoy this moment, but I also just want to show this little snippet of this character interacting with this character because they would just love it. So I would start like sending out of context things to friends who are also artists who I know would love this. And since then, a lot of my good friends have started watching it and are getting caught up. Like I know my best friend and his wife are at Wano now, which is awesome. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot of curiosity, bonding, friends, therapy. So there's a theme going on, I guess. How did you start it, Noah?
Oh boy, we're recounting this one. Oh man. So I was in the United States military for about 6 years, 7 years. And I was on deployment. I was actually in Qatar and this was around 2021. And I had always heard about One Piece because I was going through different animes, you know, the typical ones that everyone watches. And One Piece had always been talked about, but it had always been talked about as like, oh, it's that anime, it's that long anime. And, you know, people were like, I don't know if I can do it, or I don't know if it's worth it, or whatever. And I always took that as a bit of a challenge, you know, when people are like, man, I tried it, I couldn't do it. I was like, okay, well, you know what, I'm going to try to be better than you and actually watch this thing. So I was in the Middle East, and I had a lot of free time on my hands when I wasn't working. And I said, you know what, I've got the time. This is super long. Let's start this. And my work was really stressful. So I started watching it, and it was fun, and it was goofy. You know, from the first episode, I was kind of hooked. It was giving me this relief escape. And I got pretty far into it while I was deployed. And when I got home, I didn't have as much time to sit down and watch it. And because it is notoriously long, I had heard that the manga was it was faster to read. So I started reading that. So I'd say within about the span of a year between all my work and the deployment, I had basically completed it and caught up right before it really got the recent surge of popularity that it has. So I was kind of a late bloomer, but it was a great journey, and now I'm excited because you know, my dad was an English teacher, still does teach on occasion, and I grew up, you know, reading books with him and reading classic literature, and I was reading it, and I was like, this is really good. Like, this is really good. The characters are really well written, the storyline, the plot, it's engaging, there's great development, there's incredible moments of amazing emotion. And so I took a chance and made a video with my dad and showed him and started like giving him the rundown, never expecting him to ever get into it. And he watched the live action, and then the rest is kind of history from there. I'm enjoying watching him go through it for the first time. Like you were talking earlier, Des, it's always fun to have someone else going through it who can talk to you about it. So it's been an incredible ride.
And I can promise you, as we experienced it, at least I experienced it with my brother, the bonding afterwards, when you read the new chapters together, it's crazy. you read like 10 minutes of chapter, and then it turns into 2-hour discussion after that. It's so cool.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
This will be great. And also bonding theme here, right? So I love this. And you could even pay back the favor of he turning you into books and reading with you like a book club, and then now you can give him a story that he will enjoy. So that's cool. Yeah.
That's kind of exactly what's happening. It's pretty fun.
And for myself, I watched One Piece since it released in Germany, so like since 18 years or something like that, but it was like 16 years ago I started to reading it weekly, I guess, because I getting sick of reading the volumes and wanted and waiting for the volumes to release and stuff, so I turned into the internet and read it online, and then started to a weekly reading since that. And I was a big fan of the live actions from the beginning, since I saw that interview that it was actually the how do they call it? Reverie, I guess, with the other One Piece YouTubers, and they got Matt Owens in there, and he told his whole story about the live action, and I was so sold after that I finally decided to get all of the channel stuff just into the live action, because I really got the feeling of, okay, this can be the next Game of Thrones thing, and it seems more and more likely that after season 2 and the big X thing happens, we will see more and more X tattoos, and we will see One Piece kind of getting the Game of Thrones hype it deserves, I guess. So let's see if that turns out like I predicted it. And yeah, I'm so excited to do this here with you. It's really nice. And One Piece.
Can I
yeah.
tell you a funny story
Yeah.
about that real quick?
Yeah.
I was on a movie set, and one of the stunt guys I was working with had that tattoo. While we were working on this big movie, it was really funny. I was like, "Wait, is that what I think it is?" And he went, "Yeah, it is."
Nice. Oh man, that will be the new. How does it called, the Free Deadly Hollows in uh, um in Harry Potter.
Oh, the Harry Potter one.
Yeah, that's the new millennial tattoo. That the triangle
Deathly
thing.
Hallows, yeah.
The Deadly
I can
Hollows.
see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And the X will be the new Deadly Hollows tattoo, essentially, in my opinion. Yeah, after season 3 drops, I guess. Yeah. just
Yeah.
just
That'd be so
predicting
cool.
it. Okay. Yeah. Nice. So we all caught up where we started. So let's head right into season 2, I guess. GB suggested that we watch the trailer together. Does everybody has the trailer up? I can still repost it in the chat here. We can play it in the stream, but you can look it up for yourself while we're watching it. Can everybody open it, or should I just go through it scene by scene and we can talk about the scenes? I think that would be better, right? Just talk about the scenes that appear.
Up to you. I have it open on my end, but
think that-
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, either way.
That works.
I feel
So the
like going scene by scene could be better just to make sure that we're hitting the topics.
Yeah.
But like we're actually talking about everything.
Okay, to start off the trailer, maybe some quick. What was your without going through the list of all of you, but just shout it out. What was your reaction to it? Really exciting, right? So, it got everything that we wanted, essentially. Does anybody have other things to say about that?
Smoker baby.
Yeah,
Sorry, let's-
Go ahead.
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the sets look so good. I'm continually impressed with how they're handling it.
I think that's
I-
what
I-
impressed me, like how big it looked, like how big the sets looked, and just the everything
Yeah.
about it. Like series 1 was great, but it felt quite lots of small towns and villages, and then all of a sudden we're in these big, massive worlds.
Yeah.
Out on the sea, it looked great.
Do you know these trendy videos where somebody draws a picture and he zooms out and the picture gets bigger, and he zooms out and the picture gets bigger, and he zooms out and the picture is bigger? Like that overwhelming feel of, okay, this picture is really, really big. That's like Oda writing One Piece. He always tries to make it even bigger, and you just zoom out and realize, whoa, it's even bigger than I realized. And Grand Line is an introduction to another system of his that introduced the biggerness of it all, I guess, and that is really shine in the trailer, I guess, with seeing all the different creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Watching this first teaser, I felt like just a crazy person getting hyped by such short scenes.
Yeah.
And I was fully by myself too. And I was like, I'm just a cliche of the reaction person who's like stopping and pausing right at the first second because I'm already losing my mind. Like that was so beautiful. And like I fully got just like overwhelmed by some scenes. Like when I saw Miss Alcinde, just some emotion, took over me, and I felt so emotional in the moment. I don't even know why. Like she's not even like my favorite character or
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
but she is so obviously iconic.
Yeah.
And just the scene was so beautiful, and I stared at her for like a while. Same with shit. I was about to say her actual name.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what
I
you mean.
gotta make sure. Yeah,
It's okay either way. It's okay either way. It's hard to not get spoiled on that. So even if you pick up the trading card games and try to spoil yourself with it, but yeah, it's
the
hard.
character that Teritra plays.
Yeah.
What is the name in the Baroque works?
Miss Wednesday. So Netflix has 2 Wednesdays now.
Yes, all right. That's a great way to remember. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I stared at Miss Wednesday for a while too. I was like, oh my god, she is so gorgeous. It's gonna be amazing.
Or
Um,
or did I mix it up and it was Vivi that is called Wednesday? No, Vivi was called.
I think it is Wednesday.
I think she
Yeah.
was Wednesday.
Okay. And
Well, you just said it yourself. I just
and
didn't want to say
yeah, no,
the.
and Vivi was. Ah, I'm so bad at this. I'm the one running
Yeah,
this
no,
channel
no,
down. Doesn't know a thing. Oh my god.
it's fine. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Like you can't really understand.
Okay, so it's Miss All Sunday for Crocodile's partner, and it's Miss Wednesday for Vivi. So Miss All Sunday would it be? I guess. Right?
What?
I think
So-
you got that right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Like that. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Yes,
So-
Miss All Sunday is the one with all the flower petals when she
Yes.
opens the door in
Yes.
the trailer.
Yes. Yes.
And the cool hat.
That was a fantastic scene. I can't wait to see that full
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I was
And-
like, no, this is too beautiful.
And I just realized we talked about how we got into One Piece and tried to look up other people that getting into One Piece. It's like with the live action, everybody wants to experience One Piece again, and with the live action, we even have the chance to re-experience it for the first time. It's like the same but different. You know what I mean? Like it's exact that
Oh, yeah.
feeling that everybody wants from it. Yeah.
Yeah, it fully feels like a totally new experience. Like we've got the hype and the craziness of seeing our characters come to life in like a different way. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it fully feels like such a different experience. Like I feel like I'm still not realizing that it's actually happening. And I feel like until we get like a couple of seasons, I won't like actually realize that we've got this live action going on because it's just so different. I still feel kind of overwhelmed by the fact that we have this live action. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. It feels
it's
so
just so
unreal. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
It feels so unreal. Because you just can't imagine about how it will turn out, and it even surprised me how much better it was than I could have imagined, and it's so crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with how the reputation that anime live actions have had.
Yes.
There was a lot riding on it. So when it came out and it was actually good.
And
You
not
know, I think that
Yeah.
surprised a lot of people.
and not even just that, because the One Piece live action season 2 had so many problems in that case of things around it, like the saying of okay, live action is bad. Then we had the Afra strike with the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild and such. So we had
Yeah.
many different problems for season 1, and they still nailed it, and they still did their numbers to get season 2 and 3. So it just keeps getting better after this, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like we really just were so gifted that we were able to have Matt Owens.
Yeah.
We need to be forever grateful to him, even if he never maybe comes back to the project, we don't know. But just the fact that he was the guy who convinced Oda is just so insane to me. Like this guy was just sent from, you know, uh God, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, yeah.
And Randy Troy is now in the writer's room, a fellow One Piece YouTuber. But even better is that he released a few weeks ago, I guess, in an interview or in one of his videos, I didn't get that context right, but that he was said by Oda that even Disney tried to get license for making a movie or a series out of One Piece, and Oda declined it because they were on the wrong path. And yeah, it's crazy that
Yeah,
Matt
smart.
Owens did it. Yeah,
It's wild.
Surprise,
Matt D. Owens. Crazy.
literally.
Yeah. Okay, let's go through the trailer, I guess. It starts with a few scenes where we see islands and such. So we see the red line, we see the Log Town, we see a shot of Little Garden, and then Whiskey Peak. I always love these towns settings and how they exactly make it like in the manga, but even more detailed with stuff here and things in the background and stuff. I especially would love to see more details on Whiskey Peak, how that peaks turn out to be, and how they made that. It will look even better, I guess.
Yep.
And
I
yeah,
think so far it all like the sets and everything, like I said before, like they all just look so good, and you can tell they've really paid attention to the details
yeah,
in making these towns really come to life, or these islands really come to life in
yeah,
their wacky and whimsical ways.
yeah. And the islands are not only as good for storytelling or for making points in the storytelling, but even for making the story so different with each island, and you will heading into it on the Grand Line Stee with each island being completely different, and we see it in the trailer even that completely different climate and different people, different races, animals and stuff. So the Grand Line is getting wild, and it's only get bigger from here. So yeah, did you saw any
I want to
thing that
know.
yeah
Oh,
no okay
oh, you can go ahead.
no talk, it's okay.
Oh, I was just gonna say on the topic of the towns, um, and this might be a little too early in the stream, but it's like I wonder if they're going to play around with the storytelling and how they shoot it, because in season 1 they shot Syrup Village with Kuro, and they did it drastically differently than it was in the manga and anime, but it was really good. They turned it into slightly more of like a horror episode. It was like a slasher film type thing. I wonder, given the theme of some of these towns, if we're going to get a bit of a Western vibe in
Yes.
how they shoot it. I wonder if they're going to take some Western tropes and play into that,
Yeah,
especially
totally.
with
that
Paul Sunday's outfit.
that's a
Like, this would
great
be the time to
idea.
do it.
Yeah,
So
Whiskey
I feel like
Peak, I
that's
really
exactly
wonder.
what happened with
Yeah, I
Whiskey
really
Peak.
wonder. Yeah, exactly. I really wonder what they're going to do with it,
I
especially for the Zoro sequence.
yeah,
Uh,
imagine
because I
Luffy and Zoro standing next to each other, and we get that standoff, that music and stuff with. Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, by the way, yeah,
Oh,
this thing you're talking about, I kind of wonder if they're actually gonna do it, because I feel like in the manga it's such a weird thing, the Zoro and Luffy thing in Whiskey Peak. So are they going to do it? If yes, how? Are they going to, make it believable? It's kind of a question, but yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And for Steve, how was it to get these islands? Do you have from your standpoint right now? What do you think these islands are, or which island do we
Reminds
see?
me of playing, I don't know, something made by Nintendo, like Mario Odyssey or something
Yeah.
like that. How every
Yeah.
world's got its like its own entire theme going on.
Hmm.
How much of, and I don't know this, and I don't know if people do, how much of this is sets and how much of this is CGI? Because I assume the town is a fully built set, but like that Cactus Island, is that fully CGI, or did they build like a miniature set for that?
That's
And it's all
fully
perspective?
CGI. Full CGI. The filming location that they have, they can build like towns or rooms or even bigger locations like that in a studio, but they don't have the scope to build new islands or something like that.
No.
But
No,
It
no,
looks great.
yeah.
the miniature, you can like, there's a
Ah,
lot of use of like miniature
okay,
thing. I
okay.
don't know how you, in English, but yeah,
I
this could
think
be it. I don't know.
I think specifically in the test Skylar reaction to the new trailer that you can see on Instagram, he specifically said during the Whiskey Peak scene where we see the island that he says, "Wow, CGI gets great nowadays." So I think it's CGI, or he
Yeah,
just suggested it. Yeah. So
that,
yeah,
that, that would make sense for
yeah.
like this type of island.
But just from the name, so we spoiled the names about it for you, but we will definitely see. Loketown, we didn't see much of it in the first part of the trailer, um, and Whiskey Peak, and we didn't see any of Drum Island, but we saw a little bit of of Little Garden. Do you expect anything from these islands, D, or what do you think? What we will do about them, or what will be on the islands?
In all honesty, I don't know. I try, like I say, I try and not spoil things for myself by looking them up. There's I've been rewatching season 1 as well this week, and there's what, and I don't think we're allowed to say things that happen in season 1, right?
Yeah, we are allowed to say things.
That's no spoilers. But there's a few nods to things that are coming up, and there's one that I think it's in that first shot of the trailer with the red mountains, the red line behind in front of the boat. Nami talking about the weird canal that goes upstream, goes up the hills. And when I look at that shot on the first shot in that trailer, I'm like, there is this weird blue line going up right up the middle of that mountain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, instantly, I'm looking at that and I'm like, they're going to go up that. They're going to go up that mountain. That is so cool. So what's at the top of that? I have got no idea. But the fact, like, just getting up that mountain.
Do you know that?
What's at the top?
Do you know the absolute insane and amazing part about all of this? We still don't know everything about it.
Well, what's blown my mind in the past week is, as somebody that was reading the first few volumes, I kind of assumed getting to the Grand Line was going to be the end of One Piece. Like that was where the story was going, and now I'm like, oh, hang on, we get there, I think, really early on.
Yeah.
So what on earth is going to happen once we're at the Grand Line? Because I thought that was the whole of One Piece, was getting to the Grand Line. So
okay.
I honestly, my brain can't quite piece together where this is going. I thought I had it pieced together, and I was like, I'm onto this. I know what's going to happen, and no, I have no idea. It's so wild and wacky that I've just tried to stop thinking. And just accept it. Just let it wash over me.
Yeah.
Sometimes you kind of have to do that with One Piece. But I feel like Oda is just such a genius with his world building, because he just managed to construct the world in a way where it made sense that the scope would get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Naturally, just by the way that the world and the islands are just constructed and like next to each other, and like the directions and everything, like just the way that it's made up, it's just very directional, and you're moving step by step, and it's because everything is so separate and every island is like a life of its own, and there's stuff like the marine and other powers that are making sure that maybe you don't have connections between every island. Like, it's normal to not necessarily know everything about every other place.
Yeah.
So you're just walking step by step, and it is kind of crazy. Yeah. You just, when you start, you just have no way of knowing that the scope's going to be that big.
Yeah.
Well, I think it helps that as you go through it, you've got the perfect protagonists who know just enough about the world to expect the unexpected, but they don't know what's coming next.
Yeah.
So you're discovering it with the characters as they go. It's fantastic world building.
Yeah. And you're riding along the story like Usopp and wondering, what? How do they manage that? How do they survive that?
Yeah, and I think that One Piece is really good too. I kind of like not being annoying with explaining stuff. I feel like the way it introduces you to like new concepts and whatnot, it does it in a way that's just like, that feels really natural and not like you're reading like an expose or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and oftentimes you just get thrown into a concept of like crazy things, and you just need to accept it, and during the arc it will explain naturally, and then you fully get the idea behind it, and it's so crazy. Yeah.
So I agree with everything that y'all have been saying, and I hate to be the party pooper here, but I actually have to go. I have some family in town, and I've been hiding away from them, but I need to talk to them before they have to get on the road and leave again.
No problems at all. Thank you for being here, Heidi.
Yes, I'll
Good meeting you.
kind of creep in the comments of the live stream, but I'll go.
Yeah, and check out Haley's channel, The Fictional Scholar, and yeah,
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
no problem at all. We will have plenty more, so more time to
I'm
talk
looking
about
forward
it.
to it.
Yeah. Okay. See you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
You.
Bye.
Bye.
Amazing. Okay, from islands here and there, we get into a longer shot of Luffy staring onto a, how it's called in English, the thing where Gold Roger stood once. I know it's
Podium, but I think
Podium.
podium might be too proud. It might be
Yeah.
a cutting block might
a
be a
cutting
better
block.
expression.
Okay,
Execution stand.
and the,
Execution block.
and I really love the writing of the One Piece live action sometimes, because it captures things that Oda didn't even wrote in the anime, in the manga, but it still captures the feeling and the thought process of the characters. And with this line that he says, like, everything that I did leads into getting the One Piece, or what does he say exactly? Everything I've done, everywhere I go. Yeah, it's for the One Piece. Yeah. And I love this line so much. He's seeing the thing, and yeah, it was obvious that it's the same thing that where Gold Roger was executed, right, Steve? I didn't spoil that too much for you.
I pieced it together.
Yeah, okay.
It was when you see, I think the next shot, is it, where you see the carnival in the town square.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the shot before. Sorry, it's the shot just before you see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured I recognised that town square.
By the way, when we see Lookdown just a little bit before, there's like banners with written like Marine Victory Day.
Yeah.
And I think they made it so that there's an actual like event and party that's organized in Lookdown to commemorate like Roger's execution.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious about that. And I've actually seen some people saying that the sort of like circus town that we see could actually be this festival,
Yeah.
which is really cool. So yeah.
So a buggy would fit in totally normally in there. He could hide everywhere he goes because the town has the circus in there. B, it makes much more sense to go into explanation mode and explain what happened in the previous season and at Gold Roger's execution again, because at the event you expect people to talk about these kind of things, and
Yes.
yeah, it's an addition that we didn't had in the manga or the anime, but it makes everything seems way bigger from the beginning, and it's really great. Yeah.
Yes. It makes so much sense.
That's one of the fun things. Go for it.
Okay. I really love the little additions and connections that they've made so far, and even the big like swings that they took and the big changes that they made in the live action, like making Arlong come to Baratie, introducing Garp, stuff like that. Those were really big swings, but I feel like I've loved so much all the choices they made. I feel like it works perfectly, and the only like scenario plot problems, not plot, but like the only thing that I didn't like as much were just probably due to editing and the fact that they had to cut some content out because of the episode restriction. So that's like not their fault at all. But all the other changes I've just loved so much.
Yeah. Really great.
That's one of the fun things about the live action is that it is an adaptation. So there's some creative flexibility to add stuff, add context, and add little pieces here and there. Like you said, the Garp stuff, the Arlong stuff. So just having a whole running beat plot that wasn't in the manga or the anime in the live action, it gives those of us who have already been through the journey, something to speculate about. Like, we're not watching to see how like 1-to-1 it is. We're like, ooh, what are they going to do? What changes are they going to make? And
Yeah.
What are they going to add here? I'm excited to see what B plots they introduce in this season.
Someone that watched the show before I read it, I will say that it didn't spoil anything. There's things about certain people's powers and stuff, but it was so refreshing to watch something like you said that wasn't a one-to-one adaptation. But on the flip side of what you just said, there's some things that I found really funny in season one, but it's what they left out. And the only example I can sort of bring to mind, but I think in probably volume one of the manga, but might be between 1 and 2, but where Luffy gets into the naval base by getting picked up by a big bird.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was like episode 1 or 2 of the live action. They make this joke where he goes, "Oh, we could break in by using a big bird," and he goes, "No, that's stupid, isn't it? Let's not do that." So they kind of make reference to the stuff they don't include as well, and I thought that was a really nice touch.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with stuff they cut, sadly, like the guy in the box, in the treasure box. Gaimon.
Oda's favorite character,
yeah. You can see a picture of Gaimon's island in the Baratie, for example. Yeah, really cool. Then we get into where's the trailer? Here's the trailer. Then we're getting into a scene where we see a giant, so we get to see first different races other than the fishmen and the thing. But I would argue that we even see other races in East Blue that are not confirmed yet. Like, there should be people that are part mink, for example. Like, there are people that are part giant and stuff, so I guess we saw part mink people already in the East Blue, but yeah. Yeah, giant.
I'm excited to see it's in the trailer, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm excited to see the giant.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the giant. I'm excited to see it. Looks fantastic. Reminds me of Avengers Endgame with Peter Dinklage's character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Which I'm pretty sure that's just how they did it. I'm pretty sure they used plates.
Yeah. Also,
and just really wide lenses on a stage.
Also, I love that the origin of One Piece is Oda watching Vicky the Viking on Japanese television and going from Viking to giants that are wearing Viking-like things and seeing it on screen realized as real things. It's crazy to see that and see all the Vicky references even, I guess, and all the Elbaf things as well. We will get more Elbaf things for sure. 100%, I guess.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
So I just wanted to hear about Steve guessing what races will appear next. If we even get giants and fishmen, what races could appear as well? Do you have any guesses? Sorry, I so much pressure on you.
Yeah, there's things crop up in the manga which I'm like, I don't know if this is a race or if this is just somebody's got a quirky hairdo. And I think Boogie has a guy with him that's got some I think he's got I don't know because it's black and white, but I pictured it white, but white fluffy hair that seems to be all over his face. But I think that's what I find clever as well. I'm like, I don't know if you're quirky or whether you are an entirely different species whatsoever. But I mean, opposites. If we've got giants, I assume at some point we will meet tiny people. That seems quite logical. That and maybe the two meet together. I think that would be quite fun. I would like to meet some races or species that, like the fishmen look so sinister and evil, and I'm aware of what Chopper looks like. I've got no idea who he is or he or she. I don't even know if it's a he or she, who they are or what they are. But I would like to meet some more cutesy friendly races. But I would like to make a race that's maybe like Gremlins, where they start out dead cute and then they touch water and just become some evil things with fangs and stuff. So no idea if these things are going to come up. But I really like this idea of them making some cute kitties that start gouging their eyes out.
Oh, your predictions are so gold. Really golden content here. Oh, amazing. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It's amazing. And yeah, oftentimes it isn't even explained why people look weird or something like that. And either Oda pays it off way later, or we just can guess that it is like a mixed race or something like that. And sometimes it's looking weird, sometimes it's really a race thing and stuff. And like you said, the one that looks like, I think it's the one with the lion, right? From Buggy's crew.
Yes.
And yeah, we don't know for sure, but it would make him part of something, I guess, if that ever happens to be confirmed. Yeah, looks like it. Amazing. Okay, I love that you perfectly guessed some of them. It's amazing.
I didn't. I honestly, I don't know. I have refused to look things up as much as possible.
But I can say the ones that you didn't guess are way more wackier than you think.
I'm excited.
Okay, then we get into the scene Zoro drawing a sword. We see Smoker for the first time. He was in season 1 as well as a teaser in the end. The one with 2 cigarettes. They made him really
He
good.
burns the hole in the eye of Luffy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you missed All Sunday. She appears first.
Ah.
But it's so quick.
Oh yeah, it's really quick. You're right. Miss All Sunday. And I think she appears in Loketown here. So we see her in
yeah.
episode 1.
I would guess.
She's in a marine base. I actually because I stared at this sequence for so long. Then I noticed the Sengoku and Kong statues.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what is she doing? What is she doing in a marine base? Cannot wait to see what they're going to do again with this. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she steals
Looks like
something.
they're adding something with her.
Yeah.
A little side quest with her, which, I mean, it works with the character and would kind of expand upon the character. So we'll see what. Can't wait.
Maybe she just steals the new plot twist device from the new Naked Gun movie or something like that. But she will definitely appear in episode 1 to just give us the scope of what we can expect from the season, I guess. And it's amazing.
Oh, wait. Yeah, something just. Yeah. I just had an idea of what she might be trying to get. Okay.
Yeah. Say it, please.
I don't want to. I think it's a spoiler. I think it's technically a spoiler. It's,
Yeah? Okay.
It's the important navigation tools.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah, to focus on that even, on the world building. Yeah, it makes sense. Why not? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we saw, like I said, Smoker, the one with the 2 cigarettes. He will play a bigger part, I guess, because he will reappear in season 3 for sure. So why not make him a side story as well, and see more of the marine side with him?
I feel like he's going to be the side story for this season.
I really.
Although they
hope so.
have to get his like intro scene. They have to do that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have to. That scene is so important.
Oh, you mean
They
with the
can't
ice
not.
cream?
The ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ice cream. You're gonna have to.
Yes, please. That would be yes.
Yes.
It has to be really weird being heard out of context.
The ice cream scene.
Yes.
I think they will. They've done such a great job at what I'm really excited about is the small character moments. And going back to what you guys were talking about, where the stuff they add versus what they take away.
Yeah.
I loved the flashback in season 1 with Kid Luffy and Shanks.
Yes.
And when Shanks leaves and you see him like get emotional too, like that was so great. So I'd be shocked if they didn't have the ice cream here. I am pretty sure they will.
Yeah. Amazing. Also, we see it's the first time we see a Logia user, right, in the live action.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. even with the smoke coming from his feet when he gets out of his vehicle
Yeah.
where he steps on the land.
There's
And
a
also,
lot of fog machines on set this season.
yeah, also we can see,
I'd not even noticed that. I hadn't
Yeah.
noticed that his actual feet are smoking. So
yeah,
that's
it's
pretty
so
good.
crazy.
Cool.
And what cool is, we never saw in the beginning of One Piece that his vehicle can ride on water, but it was said in the manga, it was just written, I think, that this thing can also ride on water. But we will definitely see in the live action, because if you see the clip, it drips with water, so he just rode it in the water, the thing. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
will be
That's
cool.
awesome. Much like another character who may or may not
Yes,
appear.
yeah, he will definitely appear, I guess.
I feel like we're gonna get a silhouette or a end credits tease of that character.
Yeah. In this season, we
Yeah.
will go full Logia mode, I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How would you?
And they
I've got a. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, with that guy in particular, there's some practical work that they could do. If they don't do practical work with that character, for some of it, I'm going to be very disappointed, because it would look amazing if they did it practically.
Yeah, I mean, smoke is
And that's all I'll say.
easy to make, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Steve?
Yeah, it was a question to the room basically, but again, I've only read a few volumes. But
Yeah.
what I noticed, or the big difference with the volume and the live action, is the volumes are very linear. It literally follows a very linear
Yes.
path through the story, and the live action is very much different. I think we'd met Usopp by the end of, if not the end, the middle of episode 2, and we'd met more or less everybody. How, as people that read the manga first and that are big fans, how does that feel for you, with it all kind of cascading on you at once at the start?
I think you guys kind of talked about this earlier, with like just the excitement of it re-experiencing this for the first time with
Yeah.
the changes of what they remove and what they add. So that's how I see it.
Yeah.
That it's an adaptation, and they made some big swings, like I think was brought up earlier, with certain characters in season 1, and I like that. I thought that was interesting, and I'm curious to see where they go with it. So I like it personally, because it gives me something new.
Yeah.
Because the manga's kind of drip
Yeah, I
feed
think
your
there's an
characters.
understanding.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
also, I think,
there's kind of an understanding.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like with One Piece, Oda is kind of, he definitely has stuff that's planned ahead, but he is also like somebody who's going to build just with time his story, and just the way that they've done it is just really great. It feels like a great experience. But I believe too that the anime is kind of different than the manga at the beginning with Nami, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the anime is an adaptation as well, so it's not a one-to-one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And I feel like for TV, especially now that we kind of transition to getting shows that are a little bit shorter in episode and content, stuff are kind of less drawn out, and they really focus on just making everything interconnected and having different plot threads happening at once. Like when if you watch like a show like Wednesday Addams, it's really built with the same kind of idea where there's multiple things going on at once and everything is really connected to one
Yeah.
another, and so I feel like this makes it more digestible, and it works really well for the medium, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. And it all comes up together in the end. It feels great, yeah.
I feel like if this had been made in the 90s, it would be like X-Files, and it would be like Monster of the Week, and you'd have like the Boogie episode and the
Yeah.
Gaiman episode and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
it's kind of what manga was at the time too. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like it's just a product of its time, and so yeah.
Yeah. Also, I love that they, when we talk about things like it's all coming together, I love that usually in the later arcs we have these moments of everybody that the Straw Hats met reacting to the new bounties and stuff. And I love that they're getting this into the season 1 even, to get this feeling of we accomplished something and we made friends along the way and they remember us and stuff like this. Feeling you only get in the manga and the anime way later, I guess, like after Alabasta, I guess. But they made this way earlier to give you the feeling of how this will feel if you get 1,000 episodes in and then something like that happens, and you see characters that didn't appear for 1,000 episodes and then they react to a new bounty poster or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's also
Yeah.
a fun way to sneak in some Easter eggs.
yeah.
When it
Oh,
open the
100%.
newspaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Also, kind of unrelated, but I feel like it's been amazing how coincidences happen with the way that certain things cross over between the live action
Yeah,
and where the manga is at
yeah,
currently.
definitely, yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
first season, I think it was during Egghead that it started being like released season 1, and so we were getting a lot of Kobe, for example, in the live action, and we were getting some Kobe stuff during the manga as well.
Yeah, it was Kobe, it was Garp, it was Luffy's Devil
Buggy
Fruit,
too.
all at the same
Buggy too.
time, connecting to one.
Um,
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, literally, and with this season, we're also going to get, the Giants,
Yeah,
the Giants connection. So I feel like this is kind of crazy. I don't know if some of it is perhaps not so coincidental, or I don't know exactly,
it's
but
definitely
it's actually
intentional
wonderful.
because that adds up
Yeah,
to it even greater when we later get into this stuff in the live action, and it connects back. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even connect to the manga or to the anime. It even connects to itself later. So that makes it even better. You know what I mean? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's intentional. Yeah.
They're riding the hype train.
Yeah, definitely. And also I think it's a little bit of like if you just saw the live action and seeing Garb on there and they're like, yeah, okay, he can throw cannonballs, and then at the same time they release these episodes where Garb fights like crazy, okay, just to spoil a little bit, and you just get a glimpse of that in the anime and say like, oh damn, I really need to watch it, like, you know what I mean, like it's a great way of introducing you to get familiar things, but at the same time throw you in with stuff that you want to see on looking forward to. Yeah.
yeah,
Um.
and I feel like Oda is somebody who probably gets inspired by so many things,
Yeah.
and he would not have a problem like including something because of the live action. Like we've seen what he's done for the Lego collab during LF. So he
Mm-hmm.
has no
Yeah.
problem. He has no issues bringing in some stuff
Yeah. He even
because
brought
of
Pokemon into the manga because they made a collab with Pokemon Go. So why not? So yeah, he can do everything he wants.
Yeah.
yeah, he does not care. Like the Shanks at the end of Wano, like everything
Yeah.
with film red and whatnot. Like
Yeah.
yeah, he doesn't care.
Promotion piece is real.
Literally,
Yeah.
we love to see it.
Amazing. Sorry, Steve, you didn't understand anything, I guess. But
I was just googling One Piece live action, One Piece Pokemon crossover because I was intrigued.
so to sum it up, to
Yeah.
don't get you spoiled on anything, because maybe that's a spoiler if you look it up. But later there's a character that uses metal things, and we see a metal Pokemon in his attack that shouldn't be there, but it was a reference because they made Pokemon collab later. At the same time, round about that, and yeah. So Pokemon is essentially canon in thing in One Piece as well, just as a reference, I guess.
I feel like just going back to, I can't remember who said it, but what Oda gets influenced by, I imagine the answer is anything and everything.
Yeah,
Like
Literally.
everything is fair game
Yeah.
in his head.
literally.
Yeah. yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does not care. He will just mix in every type of influence he can. Like that's why when people try to be really straightforward with trying to like analyze One Piece and predict certain things, and they will use myths and legends to
Yeah.
do so. Like you cannot try to do that and just expect for him to follow every part of the legend you think that he's referencing and whatnot, because he will literally like take influence from so many things it's never straightforward or simple with Oda.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I think the key word there is influence. He's influenced by
Yeah.
it, so he takes elements of it and incorporates little elements,
yeah,
but doesn't. He doesn't like. I don't know if he's done it, so I don't know. But like, if there was like a King Arthur inspired character, you wouldn't expect like King Arthur, the tale to be retold in One
yeah,
Piece. You would just expect someone
Yeah.
with that like vibe,
yeah.
and he would draw elements of it and borrow.
Yeah, he just gets inspired by it and interprets that for his world. Like season one territory, Kuro, for example, is kind of like connected to the moon and to the night, and with his long claws, it's all about Freddy and stuff. But at the same time, it's completely different. So yeah, it's unique at the same time. So it's really cool. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. We get into Little Garden a little bit in the trailer after that. Straw Hat's walking around in the woods. Sanji's looking into a White House. The White House
How
in the
weird.
garden.
Yes.
How weird.
How weird.
How does that
interesting.
house?
I wonder where this takes place.
Yeah. Oh man, I honestly I cannot wait to see how
Yeah.
Mr. 3 is
Ah.
gonna be perceived by David.
Because
I feel
yeah,
like it's going to be brilliant. He's
and
gonna
with
make it his own.
yeah,
It's gonna be brilliant.
and even with
The
the
casting has been so on point.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely. And even with the stuff we know right now that we didn't know in the East Blue, they can put so much more stuff in there to tease with Sanji. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We see the carnival. We see Vivi appearing on the boat in a
I'm
certain
sending
dark room.
I'm sending in the chat a picture where I put I think everybody that's new casting.
Perfect.
Oh,
If
perfect.
you want to check.
Yeah, if you want to go through the casting now, we can do it right now. But I just want to
No,
get
we can
through the
can
trailer
continue
first,
with-
and then we can get into the casting if you want to. We still have, so we see Vivi, very cool, new character appearing essentially. Then we see the carnival again, and I love these details here as well because the carnival is in Loketown, and Loketown is still located in the East Blue. We get these like references to other East Blue islands, and so we get essentially the whole arc is a perfect way to recap the season one. And I even now I was sad that Loketown wasn't included in season one because it's my favorite part about the East Blue, but now seeing season two getting full into a whole episode into Loketown, I guess it's the better way because you can recapture the whole season one with that better. Yeah.
I love the fact that in the carnival, I've paused it at 47 seconds, but as weird and crazy as One Piece is, they still just play hook a duck. There are still just hook a duck stands at the carnival. Like you can meet fishmen, but you can still also just hook a little yellow plastic duck.
Of course.
And then we see Nami attacking a very familiar but not so familiar character. Did you notice that,
Yeah.
Steve?
Let me. Oh,
49?
48, yeah.
that am I meant to be? Maybe I'm getting it wrong. No, I am getting it wrong. I was gonna say it was Alvida from the Hat, but it's not.
It's definitely Alvida.
Oh, is it? I was right.
Yeah.
And
The
this
action,
yeah.
the action looks amazing from the teaser too. I'm really excited to see if there's going to be some changes from season one because I did like the action, but I feel like maybe there's some way to make it even crazier or make some of it feel more fluid and less choreographed, perhaps. I don't know. I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how they're.
Oh.
It looks amazing so far. So
What does
So
our stuntman say
I-
about that? Yeah.
Yeah, so for anyone not familiar, I am a professional stuntman. And so that was one of my things with season one is that I liked how they did the action, but I had a couple small things. I think one of the things they could do one thing, it's very floaty because they used a lot of wires.
Yep.
And wires are very tricky especially if you have your leads doing a lot of wire action. And it's a skill that takes time to develop. It's very difficult. It's called riding the wire, and it's very difficult, and it takes a lot of practice. And I'm hoping that the actors are more comfortable in it this season because they've got so much more experience. I hope that it makes it a little bit easier for them. They could probably just speed ramp it a tiny bit in post, like go into Adobe and ramp it to 102%. I think it'll fix a lot of that issue.
Yeah, and we even see that editing makes a big difference in season 1, where they just edited in the post edited in the last few days. They edited the scene in where they took the foot on the barrel. That was just edited in with the flashback to the kids. So it was so great to see that, and stuff like that is doing just after editing, and it's so crazy to do stuff like that. Yeah. And yeah, so that's definitely Alvida, but she's a little bit different. But yeah, you will get to it, I guess, in the manga even. And then we
Usopp looks amazing with the goggles.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice to see them up, to see gear them up for the Grand Line. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Usopp. I feel like we don't talk about how great his outfits are most of the time.
Dude's got drip.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
The whole crew got drip.
Yeah, they do. I do like the direction that they've taken Usopp in the live action. He's very charismatic. His actor is very charismatic. He's very fun.
And also, I think that his cowardice feels more natural in the live action because he's a real human. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's less cartoonish, so it's less played for comedy.
and more like,
Which I think
guys,
this
we are
kinda
fighting
adds.
monsters essentially. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
They
it just
really
makes
found-
the trio look so much more powerful in
Yeah.
comparison.
It was in season 1. It was probably the only bit that I never quite understood. It was the outfits, because they mix. It seems to mix modern day real world clothing with what you would probably expect from the setting of One Piece, and you'll see people wearing. I think it's Garp. You see him, and he's wearing trainers with his white suit. In the live action, I think I can't remember who's wearing what, but like Luffy might be wearing jeans at one point, but they look like very nice tailored fitted jeans, and I never understood the decision. Not that it bothered me, but again, I've not wanted to flick ahead in the manga and see where that came from, or whether that was just a creative decision for the live action. But yeah, visually, what the outfits people wear looks so different than what I would have expected.
So from the
Yeah.
theme of all of the
Hodgepodge.
from the theme of the outfits in One Piece in general, Oda wanted to mix all the new things, so it seems like a fictional thing where many things are mixed together. So it does makes it more timeless in that sense. So you have
That
like
makes sense.
the Marines wearing caps and stuff. It is weird if you think about it, but it also gives you a new and an old vibe at the same time, and so it makes it timeless, I guess, and it stands out. And for the live action with the clothes and such, normally the Straw Hats wear the same thing for a long time, and then afterwards, up to Drum Island, I would say, the Straw Hats wear basically the same outfits every day, and then we get different outfits for each island. And from that point on, we got to see in the live action that they wear different clothes, and these clothes are based on the color spreads that Oda draws sometimes. These are like big, colorful pictures of the Straw Hats, and they wear different things in there and do stuff that isn't really canon, but it looks fun and stuff. And yeah. So it's from Oda.
On your note about timeless, it's it is timeless because if you're gonna have a franchise, like one of the big things with Star Wars is that there were rules to Star Wars that George Lucas had. Like glasses did not exist in Star Wars, zippers don't exist in Star Wars, and it's to make a uniform look. And if you think of Star Wars and you think of the outfits, you don't think of a lot of the newer stuff because they try to make new stuff, and it just doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have like a franchise, and One Piece is very much becoming a franchise, on not to be cynical, but on the branding side of things, you want a look that is distinct from everything else. So I think his decision to blend just everything just makes it so good overall.
Yeah, and I feel like it just makes sense in universe too because all the islands are really different from one another.
Yeah.
And also in the time period, there's some differences between the islands and whatnot. So I feel like it would make sense that it's just so like different from one another. And I really like too, just in general, the outfits in One Piece. I feel like it's really smart the way that he went about it because it's not too cliche when it comes to the idea that you would have of a pirate,
Yeah.
and it's not too much of that, and so it really does have like a unique
Yeah.
identity to it.
Also, I saw a first timer talking about it in one of his videos. I don't know exactly who, but he talked about like he can pinpoint in which time zone One Piece plays out because he assumed that before the Grand Line that the world is very similar to our world, and then he said like yeah, but he can't pinpoint at which time at which period One Piece plays out, and it's so intentional to get you completely into a different territory of thinking, I guess. And we now know it even has a little bit of plot in there, why that is and stuff. So it's really amazing. Yeah, yeah,
My dad made an observation about that in one of our earlier videos. It wasn't quite what you said, but that might have contributed to that. He was like, "This is completely different from what I would expect out of pirates."
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, and then we're getting in the trailer. We're getting into Luffy Gum Gatling into the camera, and then he's screaming, and we see a big whale, and they're just driving into the whale. So, Steve, what do you think will happen after they drive into the whale? After they sail into the whale?
You know what? I didn't realize that was a whale until you just said it.
Amazing.
I think I just thought it was like a moving rock. I hadn't quite clearly visualized that so big that it is.
to be fair, it took me a second viewing to realize what it was.
The fact
Okay.
that I'm watching a show where I'm like, my brain doesn't think that's a moving whale. It's like, well, that's obviously a moving cliff with a big hole in it that's floating in water. Like that makes so much more sense in my. Without referencing other franchises, it's got total Ocarina of Time vibes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be where my brain would
the
go.
connection.
Awesome Rick and Morty
guess.
something.
Oh yeah. And we
There
even
was,
yeah.
go on.
And I think it's more of a Pinocchio season 2 because we get like different races, giants. Usopp has more focus in the Little Garden and stuff. So even with the whale and stuff. So yeah, there are references. This is how Oda makes references with Pinocchio, for example. Yeah.
I mean, that's funny that you mentioned Ocarina of Time, because I think that would have come out either like a couple years prior or around the same time that this was coming out in the manga. So like,
Yeah.
that's just so funny that it occurs to me.
Yeah.
There's I think it's what I think. I know it's in season 1, and I'm not expecting an answer because I think this is possibly a spoiler. But it made me think of it when you see the sides of that whale. But there's a bit in season 1 where Shanks kind of looks at the monster that's attacking Luffy, I think when he's younger, and he gives him like this weird squint with his eyes, and then the monster turns away and just swims off. And I'm like, that's something. That's something right there that has not yet come to light. So yeah,
Well, you are correct. It is something that has not come to light. So
We're still in the unknown.
you're,
Phenomenal.
Oh, I love this. And yeah, and how just to get this little bit of feeling of getting to talk with a first timer. What do you think? How they managed to get out of the whale?
I wouldn't probably like to think about it too much. You've got three ways, haven't you? You're going forward, you're going backwards, or you're blowing it up. They're kind of your three options. I would say that visually blowing it up might be the coolest thing to look at. Some Slayer raining blood playing in the background.
but the fun thing is, the option that they do wasn't even in your suggestions.
Oh, was it
so
not?
that's cool.
Maybe somehow they take control of it and drive this whale across the sea and skip some big distance. I don't know, some mind control. I have no idea. I've got no idea. Oh, whales have blowholes, right? Don't there be some blowholes and go to an island in the sky in the Cloud Kingdom or something?
oh my,
Yeah, that would be crazy.
that
God.
would be crazy.
It would be crazy, right? That would be crazy.
Can you imagine?
I feel like I'm in normal episodes again. You know,
Oh my god,
when
it's
people
so
make
great.
predictions, you're like, all right, how do I react to this without giving away whether you're right or whether you're wrong, or whether you're kind of right or whether you're kind of wrong? Oh, this is so much fun.
I feel like predictions in One Piece are fun, but I generally try and avoid thinking of predictions, because do you ever find that if you're watching anything and you think you've got it, you think you've cracked it, and you know how it's going to end, it warps how you view it because you're expecting that to come.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to find all these hidden Easter eggs that aren't there, and then when it doesn't happen, it really throws you and not upsets you, but it kind of changes your view. But I think with One Piece you could probably just just throw any wild situation out there, and you're like, well, that's probably viable.
But I think Oda
100%.
uses it. Yeah, I think Oda uses it as a story tool as well, because he always gets us into expecting something, and then he completely throws us off. It's definitely a storytelling tool for Oda as well, to give us expectation and then completely throw us off. So yeah.
Yeah, but what you said, see,
Yeah.
about people maybe being disappointed by stuff that they were kind of expecting. This is happening with people that are following the manga like week to week. Some people that are really into theorizing and that will get really caught up into some of their theories, they will just get really disappointed and frustrated when it doesn't go exactly the way that they planned,
Yeah.
and it's kind of brings some negativity to the
Yeah.
community sometimes. But yeah, you just gotta realize
Like, it's
Oda
all
is never gonna do
self-inflicted, though.
yeah, it fully is. It fully is. It's so bad.
Yeah. It's nonsense. Yeah. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. Fully into whale mode. I love this so much. Okay. So we got through the trailer, and we still have around about 30 minutes left. I really want to keep these streams like 2 hours, because then we have plenty more to talk about next time. And let's get into the casting. Then we put GB put a picture out with all the castings that we already have. So let's start from the bottom, I think. So we have Vapo there. I really love him. He posted a little bit more about him on his Instagram. He's so funny. I really can see him as Vapo.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with this guy. I feel like, weirdly enough, he's one of my favorite castings here. Even though Wapo is like, I just love it because, like, I kind of wonder if they're going to go, like, how much of a transformation or not they're going to give him, depending on the direction they want to choose.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen some videos of him and his energy and whatnot, and I feel like he's going to bring something that's really, really precious and really amazing. And I just love so far the way that they have been able to bring to life some of the characters that might not necessarily be the most popular or beloved characters. They bring them to life in a way that's so great and fun. You're
Yeah.
just going to love them.
Yeah, it's like we
Like,
experienced these characters again, right?
I don't
Yeah.
I don't have access to the. I can't see the photo because of my setup right now. Could
Okay.
you just remind me? I know most of the castings, but can you remind me who's playing Wapple?
Rob
Collet.
Because I've seen
Coletti.
him. I just.
Rob Coletti.
Rob.
was
Okay,
playing
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So he's a
I saw his casting announcement and I was really excited.
yeah.
I feel like that's an actor's dream to, because I stay away from the acting side of things, but I feel like that's an actor's dream to get a character like that where you can just play so much
Yeah.
with your performance and just kind of go crazy and ham it up.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a lot of actors personally that when they get a role where they can just kind of, they don't have to worry about the emotion, the performance as much. Like they don't have the weight of the show on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Like they're not the main character. They just get to have fun with it, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's going to be the situation with Wobble.
As well as Warpole as a character. A goofy character with goofy abilities and such. It's really funny, yeah. To cast a funny guy for that, yeah. Okay.
Some of the casting is spot on. Like I feel visually you couldn't cast a better person for some of these roles.
Yeah,
Literally.
definitely.
Oh, 100%. The fact that Oda has so much say in the castings is just, it just makes it perfect. You know that it's going to be good. You know that he sees his character in the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, going from Warpole to Tashigi. I think no, we didn't saw her yet in the trailer, right?
No.
But she will definitely be
No.
in episode 1, I guess, and played by Julia Rewald. Rewald is even a German word, so it's Julia Rewald or Julia Rewald. I don't know, but yeah,
Visually, 10 out of 10. Perfect.
yeah, perfect.
Like 90% of the cast, they're just visually, I can totally imagine them
Yeah.
as the character.
Also, I already can see the connections to Kuina as well.
I don't.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I don't. That's something I wanted to talk about. That I wanted to bring up. I think she looks nothing like her
Ah, okay.
personally. So
Mm.
to me, they're just both Asian. That's really about it. Like, they just really look nothing alike
Okay.
to me.
But maybe
So
they
I'm kind of curious
yeah.
how they're going to do the entire look-alike thing
Yeah.
because if they just try to put like next by next pictures in comparison so that we understand the look-alike thingy, and they look nothing alike, it's going to be very silly. So maybe they're going to find some other way to bring this entire confusion and
Maybe it's about the stuff that they say or something, or like the movement of fighting
what I
or
was-
something
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Like a phrase
We'll probably play that up.
or a way of speaking or whatever, something that's more in the wording.
Yeah.
Because to me they really don't look alike at all.
Okay. Then we have Smoker. At least he appeared in the trailer. And yeah. Looks like your average Chad, I guess. And really fits for the character, so why not?
I like the actor. I don't like the wig they put on him.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the
kinda
wig's a
wish-
little poofy, but
Yeah. I kind of wish they kept it more natural
Yeah.
and just kind of let the special effects kind of maybe add a little bit embellishment. But yeah, I agree. But I'm still excited. I'm still very excited to see him in action.
I think he'll kill it. I'm just like visually, I'm like, this will probably be easier once the performance gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like once you watch him play the character, you'll probably completely forget that it's a wig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well-
in the trailer, which is the Ryan that plays Ken in Barbie, but it kind of has that really neat Barbie Ken look to me in the trailer. When you see the drawing of it, he looks a lot more rugged and
Yeah.
pretty mean. But yeah, he
Yeah.
looks quite crisp.
Looks like
in the
Ryan
trailer.
Gosling.
Gosling. That I can never
Yeah.
remember which one's in which films. One of the Ryans.
And also, I think many complained about the wig of Nami as well, but I think it even adds to the fantastical, surreal look of One Piece. You know what I mean? Like it could look
She wore a
like
wig?
your. It could look like a pirate. She wore a wig, yeah, because she filmed something else at the
didn't
same
know that.
time. Yeah, but I feel like it adds to the feeling of okay, this is something more colorful. You know what I mean? Like One Piece is very colorful in its nature, and maybe that
Well,
adds to the
I
colorfulness.
think for a lot of the characters it works. I think like Buggy, it
yeah,
works great.
definitely, yeah,
We're also analyzing a trailer and we're only getting like snapshots.
yeah,
Like we might as well be looking at a picture, in the trailer, and we are looking at pictures. We're looking at stills, so it's
Yeah.
a lot easier to scrutinize a still than it is to when you see like a clip.
yeah,
For
definitely.
sure.
I've always assumed, and I don't think this matters to the story at all, but I've assumed that all the coloured hair is natural, not natural, but in One Piece, you're meant to assume that if someone's got blue hair, that is their natural hair colour. They're born with that, and
Yeah.
that's how they just have blue hair. Like,
Yeah,
suspend
Yeah.
your disbelief
Yeah.
and go with it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Hair colors in One Piece even have very story-driven things. Sometimes people can change hair colors apparently. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
True.
it's very crazy and I love it. Yeah. You have Dalton, and I really want to see him like in full CGI in the end. It will be great, I guess, because of his
Man,
powers.
It will look insane, bro. I'm not ready to see that. It's gonna be so funny. Yeah, I'm really curious what it's gonna look like. I mean, I love Dalton. I feel like he's kind of underrated
Yeah,
as a character. Love the guy, so I'm excited to see what Ty. I think you would say Ty, his name.
yeah, Ty. I think yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Ty,
really
yeah.
curious to see. He like has the face of like the typical cool dad in like a U.S. series, like a Netflix
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
He has that look. Okay, I'm the cool dad.
yeah.
Maybe he's a cop. I don't know. He kind of has that face.
He looks into
Yeah.
your eyes, and you know you're safe with him, like that, something like that. Yeah.
Literally. And he's a girl's dad too. Like
Yeah.
he just got that. I don't.
Then let's get into Dory and Broggy. We saw Broggy in the trailer. That was the big giant, played by Brendan Murray.
Yep.
And you really get that Viking feeling there, just from his
Yeah,
looks.
I didn't expect the Giants to be so like. From what we've seen, he's wearing like big prosthetics, even on his face.
Yeah,
So I feel like we're not seeing much of their face actually.
he looks more comical. Like you really see that it's
his
not just a
nose,
big
the fact that-
human, but they have different proportions even in their faces. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What I remember seeing of the actors for Dory and Broggy, I kind of figured they were going to go heavy with prosthetics and like fake beard and wigs and stuff. So I thought it wasn't going to matter as much how they
Yeah.
resembled the character because the characters are so exaggerated.
yeah,
So he
yeah.
looks great in the trailer.
Yeah. Then we have and sadly we didn't see Dory, but Dory will appear with Broggy, of course, and even the names matches perfectly. So, yeah, two giants will be amazing. Crocus, played by Clive Russell. Oh my god! If they don't include the first joke that Crocus does, I will be sad for sure.
Yeah.
But
Oh my god, I literally wrote it down. I'm like, that is the funny moment. I
Oh,
wanna see.
100.
yeah,
I have so many questions about what Crocus is, but I don't think there's enough time to ask it. But I'm looking at his picture now. I'm like, I don't even know where to start with him.
Yeah, but the funny thing is we don't know either, so we're on the same page here. No spoilers.
Well, this is one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those where I actually know of Clive Russell and I know his body of work, so I'm actually really excited to see him tackle
Nice.
Crocus. I've seen him in other stuff. He's a good actor. I can't wait to see it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Then we have let's go with Miss Valentine and Mr. Free. That isn't the pair that I was looking for. No. Wait. Which is the pair here? Was Miss Valentine the lady for Mr. Free? No, it was the other
Mr.
one,
Five,
right?
right?
Yeah,
Five.
Mr. Five. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mr.
That
Five.
was Golden Week, I thought.
Miss Goldweek. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have
Have we gotten the...
no, sadly not. So we have Mr. Five and Miss Valentine. They team up. They are a team essentially, and looking so fire, looking exactly straight out of the manga, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. It's kind of insane how much
Mhm.
they look like characters.
And I just want some predictions. Sorry, I'm doing. I'm so dirty with it. I'm so sorry, Steve. But can you guess what these characters are
So
capable
I'm
of?
going down the lines of something to do with playing cards,
Ah,
something to do with like I don't know royals and numbers and the
Ah.
Queen of Hearts and King of Jacks and
so
that sort of thing.
okay.
Queen of Jacks, King of Clubs. I don't know.
To get you into the right direction, we even saw the plot that will play out in season 3, that will get teased in season 2, is even mentioned and a little bit explained in season 1, even in the first scene that we saw Zoro, because somebody approached him in the first scene.
Oh, and he kills the guy with the red mohawk, puts his
Yeah.
head in the bag, and yes, and he makes the comment about I'm not going to get killed by a number 7. I want it
Yes.
to be a. Yes,
Is it?
I hadn't put 2 and 2 together, but
Yeah. And this
I
is
still can't tell you who they are, but it's not to do with cards. I'm gonna say some like elitist assassins guild or something.
amazing. Then we have Mr. Free without his partner, but I really love the actor here. He makes so great things, and he's full on One Piece mode right now. David Desnes, can somebody help me? How to
What?
pronounce that? The name of the actor, David
Yeah, David.
Desnes.
Oh, that's. Oh, I wouldn't know.
Oh.
Small chin?
Yeah, that's a long
think it's
word.
Small
Then.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
When they announced him, I was really excited. He's probably one of the bigger names right
Yeah.
now. Right? Yeah.
And he will be one of the returning characters as well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody dropped, I guess. Let's see if it was intentional or not. Oh no, Noah. Maybe Noah's laptop got. Okay.
Oh,
but Noah will be back.
His laptop
He's
there.
back.
Oh,
He's
there he
back.
is.
Okay. Okay. Casting. And then we got to Korea and Hero Look with Mark Herelick and Katie Segal. Even though many wanted Luke Skywalker as Hero Look, and you know what I mean.
Jamie Lee Curtis as
Yeah.
Kuroha.
Yeah, but I really love the casting here as well.
Yeah.
And-
I think they'll do a great job.
Yeah. And this is a great example of people getting way too hyped for things that are just speculations and then be disappointed in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
she looks great. I love Kureha, so I'm super hyped to see her in the live action. I think she is one of my favorite characters from like this saga. I just really, really love her. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think both of them gave us many opportunities to talk about current manga events as well early in the season 2, so why
yeah.
not? Why not? And then finally, we have the big names of the season, Mr. Zero and Miss All Sunday, with Joey Manga. He even has manga in his name. Manga Niello and Lira Abova. Really great.
Oh, Joe is a fantastic actor, and he throws himself into everything that he does. He's such a nerd. I can't imagine him like not being good.
And I'm so
Yes.
excited because he plays D&D, and maybe we will get as promotion for season 2 or season 3 him playing D&D with the Straw Hats as a One Piece campaign. That would be awesome.
That would
so
be
cool.
so much fun.
Yeah.
He's been trying to get, I don't remember what series it was, but I can't remember if it was a D&D series or
Yeah,
a...
Stranger Things. He did a D&D session with the Stranger Things people, I think.
No. So there's like a setting, a storyline from Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like it's Dragonlance. I think it's the Dragonlance stories. I think he
Okay.
was trying to
I
get
think you're
that
right.
picked up for
Yeah.
a movie series or a
Ah.
TV show.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that this actually gets some connections at Netflix to make that happen too.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And Miss All Sunday, man, we
But-
can't tell much, but it's a really great casting.
Oh,
So with these two specifically, there was a trend in season 1 that I think a lot of people really liked, and it was when Mihawk and Krieg were introduced and their bounties flashed,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
Mihawk sliced his and Krieg shot his, and like I'm wondering, obviously I hope that they keep that going.
Oh,
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're picking up what I'm putting down, how these two,
Yeah.
I know how I think it's obvious how one of them's going to do it, but I want to see all Sundays
Yeah.
yeah,
bounty reveal. I think that's going to be awesome.
yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
You're
that-
right.
I think she looks amazing, and she's got a type of beauty that's a little bit nostalgic. Like she has like some nostalgia in her eyes. I feel like it's just really spot on for the character. That's why I think I got kind of emotional when I saw the scene in the teaser, because she just has this something in the back of her eye where you're like, oh, she looks like she's, I don't know. There's something about her that's special, and we've got stuff to learn about this girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, really excited.
Yeah. Amazing. So if we say these are the big players, so let's give us a last prediction, Steve.
We you skip one, Des. You skip one. Although he was revealed at the end of last season, but he's going in the first episode.
Sorry, you been cut off. Sorry. Can you say that again?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it doesn't get better, sadly.
No, it gets worse.
maybe try a restart.
I'm sorry. Yeah, let me try this.
Okay. So sorry.
Miss All Sunday looks like the sort of lady that would, is it like an angler fish would lure you in and then eat you alive? That kind of attitude, like get you to come over and then you've just got a
That's
sword
fun.
in you or something like that. Is it? I think it's an anglerfish, isn't it, with the little light
Little
above
glowy
her head.
thing.
Yeah, it's an anglerfish. Yeah.
That's the. She's giving me anglerfish vibes. I wouldn't trust her at all. I'm not getting involved in that.
Oh man, your predictions are so great, really.
Well said.
Love it.
the one we haven't talked about, I don't think, the actor Sendil, as he played, I don't know what the character's name is, Nefertari Koba.
Yeah, Cobra.
Oh, yeah.
He's the only one that I recognise the face of a lot because he was from Heroes. He played Mahinda in Heroes.
That's right.
So I don't know who he is in the manga, but he's obviously got some nerdy traits going on with things that he likes to do. And he was great in Heroes, so we'll see how he is 25 years later.
Okay, Noah, you're back. Oh no.
I'll try.
Ah. Sorry, Noah. I still can't hear
It's
you
not
clear.
working. I'm just listening.
Okay, that was the casting. What we are missing here is Chopper still on the list here because they casted Chopper already as well.
That's the voice acting. But yeah.
Yeah, the voice acting for Chopper. I really have guessed that they made it like Andy Serkis likes, to have somebody move it out and then translate it into live action. But that's a way to do it as well, so why not? And to have a trained voice actor for a major voice acting role makes sense as well, so yeah.
Didn't we see it? Am I making it up? We saw a trailer with Chopper in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was like a teaser. It's not obviously in the main trailer. I forgot about that, but we did see a teaser, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And even though it's voiced by a woman, it's Chopper reveal, first look. I will post this in our chat here. Yeah, this one. He looks really cute, Chopper, so let's see how they do the other stuff that he can do. It's really crazy to see it, I think.
I'm curious what Steve thinks about the way that Chopper looks, since he's the one that knows the least about him.
Yeah.
I don't know. He reminds me of. I can't put my finger on how he fits into the story. I've assumed based off of artwork on cards, and you can kind of get a feel on like allegiances. He is in theory an ally and not an enemy, but he's so different than anything else that I can't quite pinpoint where I think he would fit in the story or what his part is. He doesn't. I've not seen other. I don't know what he is. I've not seen other creatures that look like him. He seems to be a standalone one-off thing. It's not like he's part of the Fishmen. It's not like I've seen a whole gang of choppers coming together. So I can't even pinpoint. He reminds me of Paddington Bear, but I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't pinpoint what his role in the story is because he seems like a one-off, mysterious character. Whereas, at least everybody else we saw. Buggy had all other clowns with him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He looks like he'd be a mechanic. I don't know why. Like he would fix things. A tinkerer.
Like, who is the one called from League of Legends?
No idea. I'm thinking of Tails from Sonic.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Like he'd be a pilot, he'd fly a plane, and he would fix something up. And I don't know. Maybe it's because he's called Chopper. Maybe that's the only reason. I think that.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that was the casting. Let's see what topics we have. I will cut down some few, but missing roles would be kind of sad to talk with Steve about it, but what about ideas for improvements? Like, what would you add on to season 2 that you might didn't even see in season 1, and maybe from the storylines that we already know, what would you add that didn't appear in the original story? Does somebody has idea for that? Like improvements for season 2? Yeah.
Goku, but they were kind of, I think, improvements for. Don't hate me. Improvements for the manga, but they were alluded to in season 1. But um, I want to see some flashbacks of Luffy learning his powers. I think in the manga we don't get to see that at all up to where I am. I think in the first season you see him break a chair in the bar when he's practicing one of his moves. But I would like to see some training of Luffy figuring out how he can do all this stuff. Or does he even figure it out, or does he just jump straight in with 2 feet and?
So there are flashbacks where we see Luffy doing this, but in the manga they don't appear anytime soon for a bigger reveal later, essentially. So they could include it because maybe another character that shows up in Luffy flashback could appear here as well. Let's see, but I don't think we see it in season 3. Maybe when we get to season 4, 5, maybe we will see more of it, I guess. Yeah, what are your guesses?
That would be cool. But then the other thing, again, I'm sure you guys know, and I just don't yet. Devil fruits, does each fruit have its own power, or does the power come from like a personality trait in yourself? And I really want to know what happens if you eat 2 devil fruits.
Yeah.
Can you stack your powers? Like, how many devil fruits can you eat in a go?
So Steve is on it again and again and again and again. I love.
You are asking all the right questions.
I feel
Put
Steve.
someone in
Steve-
my comment section. You're
Steve-
asking all the right questions. You're just not at the right point for us to answer them.
And I feel like Steve, with his knowledge of comics at all, I think Steve is on the right track because he's very familiar with the same stuff that Oda is familiar. You know what I mean? Like, that's because he's guessing in the right direction. You know what I mean? Like, Oda is kind of like on the same shit that you are, Steve. So that you will be in for a lot of fun. And for devil fruit things, I think it's not that much of a spoiler. But later it said you can't eat a second one, then you would explode, something like that. And the other question was devil fruits. Yeah, so yeah, we never seen it. Yeah, we never. But it is explained that it should happen, but it never happened yet. And for the devil fruits itself. So every devil fruit got his name from apparently a book that is existing in the One Piece world. And the book describes the powers, so the powers should be somehow written down by someone sometime anywhere in the story, in the past of the story. And some devil fruits are known with their name, some devil fruits are just not known. And every devil fruit has its power, yeah.
Like, we've heard of like some encyclopedia with all the different basically all the fruits look different and each have a different name and a different ability, and they're classified in different categories.
Yeah,
that's kind of what we know.
Yeah.
I would 100% eat a devil fruit, by the way.
Oh,
like,
and what?
I wouldn't even think twice. I would eat it.
And which devil fruit would you eat?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just put one in front of me, and I would probably take that one.
So
picky.
It's not a big spoiler, but would you eat a devil fruit that allows you to transform you into a jacket that other people can wear? Because that is canon in One Piece. That is canon in One Piece. So.
Just when I thought I might be like getting my brain around how wild this universe is. I mean, it is better than a pair of pants. Let's put it that way.
Okay, yeah. To be fair,
that is the best possible outlook you could have on that question.
Do I get to choose when to transform, or is it just like on a whim? Like it just happens randomly.
So the devil fruit itself has its power, and in the book says how the devil fruit looks and what power does it have. So if you are well studied enough, I guess, in the One Piece world, you would see from the look of the devil fruit what power it could have. But I guess most of the devil fruits are not really known or something like that, widely known. So yeah, it's kind of a wild guess what it could be. I guess. Yeah.
I say yeah. Still, I'd go for it. Why not? Make working day more exciting, wouldn't it?
But I love the
Yeah.
note
You'd
of you.
be able to control it
Yeah, but I love
eventually.
but I love the note of you that you asked for if the personality makes any difference for the devil fruit, and that one we have no confirmation whatsoever. But I think it's really canon that it depends on the user how he uses it, because Luffy decides to use punches, but he could go full on. Or nah, let's use a different example, like yeah, like Mr. Fantastic or like Mrs. Incredible or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it would be the same power, but you can use it differently. How your personality would work with the power, essentially. Are you more of a person that is afraid of getting into close combat or into far range combat and use it differently? So I guess it depends on how your character is really as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and I love, and I love your predictions. It's so amazing.
You're so good.
Hey, do you know what, Steve? I would recommend you filming yourself making predictions and making videos about One Piece.
And see at which point I get certain things.
Yeah.
Certain things, and other ones where I realise I'm wildly off.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
it's
so
fun
cool.
either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Ideas for improvement. Has anybody else ideas for improvements for season 2?
I mean, mostly just in the on the production side. Like I know that they were limited with like budget and time constraints. So if they have a bigger budget, they could do more. I know they had a very small. I'm speaking to what I know, so sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I know they had a very small stunt team,
Mm-hmm.
and it did make some of the fights feel very small.
Okay.
Like the fight against the Marines felt like just very, very small, and I could tell that they were reusing people. But that's just me. You
Okay.
know, that's my nit. You know,
I
that's a me
never
problem,
could have
but,
guessed that. No, it's yeah.
It would be cool to see bigger action set pieces, just with more moving parts,
Mm-hmm.
more practical effects, because I feel like you could really have fun with that. But that's just my little thing. I think they're doing a great job overall.
Yeah. What about you, Arturo? Do you have any improvements for season 2?
The one thing that I kept thinking about, and that I saw in season 1 that I kind of hope they don't do too much of in season 2, was there were some moments where they tried to embrace the comic booky manga-ness of it with the editing. Like the help me moment with Nami is such a powerful, iconic moment that I think a lot of us love, and such a big moment in One Piece. And they did this thing where after Luffy said, "Of course I will," they kind of like did this like manga panel when he called upon the guys, and then they showed all their faces, and they all kind of like did a roll call thing.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they would have stuck more to what they did in the anime and manga, where it was like a silent walk, and like you have like a wide shot of Luffy walking, and you see the guys there. Like, I hope they do more of that, and not so much this like quick panel editing thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely a nitpick. It didn't bother me. I didn't hate it, but I hope they don't do too much of that, and they let the kind of scenes speak for themselves, and let the actors do their thing instead of do these quick cuts. But other than that, I can't really think of anything. I mean, I agree with what Noah said. I think they're doing a great job. I'm just really excited. And it's funny. I keep thinking about different things that happen in this chunk of time that they're gonna go over in season 2, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of CGI. They did this, they did this, they did that. So
yeah,
it's gonna be really interesting to see it all come together.
So for me, just to get that in the right thing, I didn't want to downplay any of the things from season 1, but like for example, they didn't show Gaimon's island because it would be fully CGI with the many animals and such. But I really would love to see more animals, even though it takes more CGI to do it, because One Piece getting weird animals, especially in the Grand Line, and that would be cool to see more of the crazy animals that we see in the manga. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be your improvements for season 2, Noah? The stunt work, you already said that. Sorry.
I already said that.
GB, sorry. GB.
Yeah. So one of the things that I wanted, and I feel like just from the teaser, we already see that they're going into this direction, was was just to be able to see more of the environment and the scale of things. And it really looks like that's what we're going to get, especially getting into the Grand Line and seeing just bigger things, bigger islands and whatnot. So I'm really excited about that. And for the way that the filming goes, you mentioned, Arturo, about the paneling. I didn't mind it the first time they did it during the fight with Axe and Morgan.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it. I agree that for the Nami scene, maybe it wasn't the best exactly, but I think
Yeah.
that for me, the bigger thing was they did a lot of close-ups, and especially during like Syrup Village, there was a lot of shots that were kind of dizzying and a little like weird for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so I feel like maybe that could change possibly. Um, and honestly, I just hope we spend more time with the characters, like just them goofing around and I feel like those were some of my favorite moments in season one, and I feel like we kind of need more of that, especially because there's some characters that we didn't spend like a lot of time with, like
Mm-hmm.
Sanji and Usopp. So I really hope that we get more of that. Um, and I hope that we get to also see like Zoro and Nami be a little bit more silly than in
Yeah.
season one, because like they're still a little bit serious.
Yeah.
Um, which I feel like I understand because they obviously, they're adapting to a new environment and they probably wanted to keep it a little bit more serious at first. But I kind of hope that they're going to be able to have more fun in season two. If it's not the case, that's fine. It's their choice and whatnot. But I feel like in the manga and the anime, like Zoro is laughing quite a bit more than that, and
Yeah.
even Nami is goofing around too with Usopp and whatnot. So I'm kind of hoping to see more of that.
Yeah. Definitely can see that. And we have plenty more moments in season 2 to let them breathe more and get
Yeah.
quality crew time and stuff. Yeah, would be cool.
This is why it's great that we don't have Alabasta in season two,
Yeah.
so that we're going to be able to stretch things out maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. And we get more of these details and additions. Yeah. Um. Okay. I would head into Lego as well. Did somebody of you get any Lego sets from the One Piece?
No,
No.
fortunately not yet.
Okay. But they
I,
will be available
I
for longer and stuff, so it's not a shame.
a friend of mine got Buggy, so I saw the little Buggy. He's so cute. But I kind of do want to buy a set someday. It's a lot of money though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an investment back.
Definitely. And I really hope we getting sets for season 2 as well. Maybe even before season 2, even to get a second wave of sets for season about season 1. I would see making them making stuff like Kuro, for example, because we got a Kuro wanted poster, but not any set about a Syrup Village. So we could get a Syrup Village themed set, and I can see them doing more of a marine thing for Garb, like a marine ship, or just a simple little set with Kobe, Helmeppo, and Garb, or yeah, something about that line maybe.
Yeah, the Office where they play like the board game could be cute.
Oh
The
yeah,
logo.
yeah. You're right. Yeah.
I've
Um.
banned myself from buying logo, but I will say the little minifigure with Luffy with his outstretched arm on is one of the cutest bits of Lego I've ever seen.
Amazing. Okay. We're still waiting for the One Piece. If Steve doesn't know, they wanted to release a reanimated version of the East Blue as the same story that the live action covers right now. Um, but it isn't released or doesn't have any release date yet. So hopefully that will come out sooner or later. Um, did you saw that news about the?
No, I didn't. I didn't know about that. Should I? Here's a question: should I watch the anime? Because I've not got all that much time in the world, and someone said it before. It might have
Yeah.
been you,
So
GB, but
if you're
the
already
manga is
reading it,
quicker to read.
yeah, the manga is quicker to read, and you can always go back and look up some funny moments or some fights to watch these as to highlight it essentially. But I would recommend reading it and then watching the anime sometimes, or just watching the highlights. Yeah.
But no, I
agree.
didn't know there was going to be the One Piece.
Yeah, yeah. It's called The One Piece, and the funny thing is, they even the anime is an adaptation in itself, and they changed things like Zeff cutting off his leg that wasn't adapted in the anime. In the anime, he just want to get away from the sinking ship and cut off his foot because of it. Stuff like that, because it was made more for kids and stuff. So in the newer animation, we expect to see really full-on blood scenes and such, just like in the manga, fully violently shown in the animation as well. Yeah, improvements like that, I guess.
The manga is dark in places. It surprised
Yeah.
me for something that on the front cover you think, oh, this looks cute, and then you get in and some of it, I think, is it second volume, first volume, but where Garb orders all his men to kill the kids, and then when he won't, he gets them to kill themselves. Just like that's really grim and really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we don't have many One Piece things to look out for other than the One Piece new anime season and such. We're still missing out on a new One Piece game that they promised us like 1.5 year ago. That would be cool. Maybe a fighting game again. Some voices say it will be Burning Blood 2. That would be cool. Other than that, we don't have any future things. Other than maybe,
Do
yeah.
we know who's making the game?
No, we even
Oh, okay.
don't know
We don't
any
have
of that.
anything.
Yeah, we don't have anything. We got a teaser. I think it was like 1.5 year ago. We got a teaser for one of these One Piece days, I guess. And other than that, nothing else.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded familiar, and I was trying to remember if we knew who was making it. A fighting
Yeah.
game would be really cool.
Yeah. Especially if you look into the Dragon Ball stuff, what they do that looks exactly like the manga and such, or like the
Yeah.
anime. It would be cool to have such a game with just updating characters like they do in the Pirate Warrior series and such. Would be cool.
I was gonna say that was exciting. I still play that from time to time, Pirate Warriors, and it was cool seeing that they're still adding stuff to it to this day. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's really an awesome game, but I kind of feel overwhelmed anytime I play games like these, like the whole Warriors themes games and such, because it's so much content you can't even comprehend how much it is, and you can put in thousands of hours to play everything. But I think it's mostly a fun game to play with friends, I guess, and for that it's a
Yeah.
perfect game. Yeah, yeah.
What kind of a game would you want? Like, what would be your dream One Piece game that maybe doesn't exist, or they haven't made enough of this type of game?
I would even be happy with a game that not directly goes the Straw Hat way, but giving us more of the grand line, experience it for ourselves, even though we don't get any devil fruit powers or something like that, and let us just get into the journey ourselves. Like that would be the dream game, I think, that everybody dreams about. Like, and
Make your own
if
character.
yeah, and if not
Oh, that
that,
would be
maybe I there once was a One Piece party game on the GBA that was like Mario Party but with One Piece, and I would love to see that updated and with better graphics and really nail in the whole Davy Jones slash party pirating party vibe going on. You know what I mean? Like that would be
yeah,
cool to have a One Piece Mario Party game that would be on the current side of things.
yeah, that'd be so much fun. I agree.
Especially because One Piece is all about gathering and having fun, so that would be cool to have on One Piece gatherings and such. Okay. So this is presumably the end of the stream, I guess. But before we leave, I want to hear your summary for your channel again, where people can follow you, what do you do on your channel, and please add maybe a little bit of teaser or what you're planning to do in the future so we can look forward to it. Let's start with Noah is still struggling, I guess. Arturo?
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, okay, then let's begin, Noah, if you want to. Where can we follow
Actually, that
you?
works out perfectly. I just pulled up to my hotel. I am Noah from the channel Pork Chops, Rice and Peaches, where my dad and I discuss movies, TV, books, and video games. And we are going through my dad's first read through of the One Piece manga. And in terms of future stuff, tomorrow we are dropping the Ennie's Lobby video, the long-awaited Ennie's Lobby video. It's gonna be a beast. So yeah, if you want to go check it out, it's gonna be awesome.
Amazing.
And thanks again for having me on, Des.
No problem. Anytime. Anytime. It's so great to have all of you, really. It's so amazing. And yeah. Looking forward to that video. I really, really, yeah, can't wait for it. Okay. Thank you. Arturo, what are your next projects be?
I don't have anything big coming up. I'm always posting art, fan art, and personal art on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
There's a link tree on this video if you want to follow me. My Instagram's Arturo_Miramontes90. Just working on personal art and slowly working on a comic book of mine that hopefully I can one day release.
Nice.
Hey,
Do you
let's
even
go.
do commissions?
You know what? I just wrapped up a charity event where I was taking commissions, but I will be making a post soon for commissions if people are interested.
Perfect.
If you want to get like a sneak peek of what I offer, take a look at some of my charity posts. I do have outlined kind of what I offer, and I'll probably do the same very soon with personal commissions that people want. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. And talking about publish, making own manga and stuff, or book, GB.
Yes. So I do have a webtoon, so if you want to check it out, there's my link tree, with all the links and whatnot. And yeah, so I'm working on that at the moment. And also, as I said, I want to make a really big video for when the live action season 2 is going to come out. So if you're curious about that, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if
Amazing.
my YouTube is. I'm not even sure if my YouTube is linked to my link tree. I gotta check it out.
Okay.
But
Yeah, you can change it anytime.
it is linked.
Okay, perfect.
It's up with the icons. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. And I'm looking forward to the reaction with your mom. It was really cool the first time, so yeah. Reactions are cool. Haley left us, but we miss her yeah, check out Fictional Scholar again. She did the whole One Piece first time experience, and now she's reacting to current chapters and stuff. And she does other book things as well. I think she even wrote a book. I would say that. Maybe it's a project for far, but yeah, she does many book things and very lovely. So check it out. And for our newcomer here, Steve, where can we find you? What do you have in plan for the future?
So at the moment, TikTok is pretty much where I'm at. I've been Steve. It looks probably like I'm posting a lot of different things, but what you could probably expect from the future, and I don't know if this is colloquial to the United Kingdom, but do you remember Saturday morning TV when you were a kid, and there'd be shows where it would be like different cartoons would be played, and there'd be hosts, and they would do game shows and stuff like that. I'm building towards going live every Saturday morning and hosting a Saturday morning TV show for people that are probably between the age of 25 and 45, and discusses all kind of old school, slightly millennial topics, old games, even stuff that goes into I don't know, gardening or things like that, but all stuff that people our age would very much want to sit cross-legged with a bowl of cereal and watch on a Saturday morning. So expect that in the coming months.
Nice. As a podcast format or as a video format?
I would do it video format, but I have to manage it around my job, and I just don't have as much time as I would like to put into it. I have too many ideas and not enough time to do them, unfortunately. So
yeah,
every week I try and improve one thing.
Yeah, that's the way. Perfect. So thank you for being here as well. I always love to bring on new people that I just started with One Piece, because it gives a whole new perspective on things, and we definitely saw that in you. So perfect for this day,
thank
I
you
guess.
for having me. While you've been talking, I've just been on Amazon and just purchased up to volume 11. So that's getting delivered
Nice.
tomorrow. So if you'd ever have me back, I can talk further into the One Piece manga for sure.
Perfect. So next time you will be finished with the story that we are covering in season 2, so we could go all in, I guess. Amazing. Okay.
Just before we go, do we know where season 2 is going to go up to in the volumes?
Yeah, so season 2 will end with Drum Island, so I can say the number to you if you want to. One Piece, Drum Island. Does somebody want to guess until I saw it? So, okay, Drum Island. Drum Island Arc is the website I needed. Okay, Drum Island
It's
Arc.
late 100s, early 200s, I think.
Yes, so volumes 15 to 17 and manga chapters 130 to 100. So it ends, the season will end with chapter 154, 55, round about that.
Cool. I will
So-
get reading.
Yeah. Amazing.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you all for being here. Thank you for everybody in the chat. And yeah, for my things, I have so many videos to throw out there. I still have 2 interviews left with the Kuro actor and the Mihawk actor. I still have 2 events left that I filmed and never released the video of it, where I interviewed people at the event in German but with subtitles for you about the One Piece live action. And yeah, I'm already invited to other events again to film there. So yeah, I need to get in crunching and putting out these videos. Also, I have many things prepared for season 2 videos about that. So yeah, it's just getting more and more hype, I guess, towards season 2. So thank you all for being here. Please follow everybody of our guests here. Just click all the links and then click all the follows and watch the content from time to time and look into their channels. And yeah, we will see us at least in the next month, I guess, to do this as well as again with other people and reappearing guests, I guess. And yeah, thank you everybody for being here, and let's set sail, I guess, right?
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for having
Thank
me.
you.
Thanks for having us.
So
Good chat.
don't get confused for the people and the guests. I will end the stream now, but we will still be in voice call. Okay, so thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Ending the live stream.
Appreciate it.
I don't find the button. There's the button. Bye.